You experience God every single day and you don't even realize it. You don't even recognize Him. Lots of people are caught up in the mindset that they can't acknowledge a God that they can't see. But the Word makes it clear to us that we experience God on a regular basis. You see, but a lot of people have grown to disbelief because they have expected that God would be this all powerful deity who appears before them, and when that doesn't happen, they don't believe. Or you have people with the religious mindset thinking that they're going to find God in a church building. You see, the Word tells us that God the Father, He's a spirit. And it also tells us that the Spirit is the Word, and the Word is the Spirit. And that Spirit, the Father, He dwells in us. He lives in us. We are the temple for God. We are the house for the Most High God. You see, and you have to understand God's law, because God's law is that spirits cannot do anything in our physical realm unless they have a vessel to do it through. In order for a spirit's will to be done, it has to be done through a vessel. If we look at the story of Adam and Eve, Eve was deceived by Satan. But how did Satan appear to her? Was it not in the form of a serpent? Was it not in the form of a snake? It wasn't just Satan, because Satan is not a man. Satan is a spirit, and spirits have to manifest themselves through a vessel. If we look also in the Bible at the story of Jesus Christ, the Son. Now his name was Yeshua, but he is also known as Jesus Christ. Why? Because Jesus was the man, Christ is the Spirit. So the Spirit of the Father was in him. Why? Because, like I said, it's God's law. Spirits cannot do things on their own accord unless they have a vessel to do it through. So in order for God's will to be done, he sent the Son, and his Spirit was dwelling in the Son. This is why Jesus Christ said, I and the Father are one. He was one with God, and because of that, he was God, and the same thing applies for us. Because the word even tells us, for ye are the body of Christ, and members in particular. And it also says that there are many members of the body and not just one. And you see, it's literally telling us that we are the physical body for God. Why? Because, like I said, spirits cannot do things on their own accord. Even Christ, even the Father, had to go through the Son in order to accomplish his will. So when it says we are the body for God, for the Father, it literally means it. We are the physical body, the physical manifestation of God. And it tells us the Spirit, the Father, is what gives us life. And it also tells us that when we are following his commandments, we are in him. And he is literally in us because, like the word says, we are the body, we are the temple for him. And because we are the physical manifestation of him, we are doing his will, and he's accomplishing his will through us. So people, you guys see God every single day. You experience God every day of your life. That cashier who, when you're going to check out, they throw you a discount, don't even say nothing about it. Or maybe that time when you had got a flat tire and pulled off the highway and somebody stopped to make sure you were okay, or even helped you change that tire. Maybe you dropped your phone, or you dropped your keys or your wallet or something, and somebody went and picked that up and returned it to you. That neighbor who let you use their lawnmower when yours broke just so you could cut your grass. Or that friend who gave you money when you were coming up short and you would not have enough money again to pay your bills until that next paycheck hit. So we experience God every day. We see God every day because God presents himself to us, through people, through experiences. You see, we have to toss away all these worldly made up preconceived notions of who God is and who Satan is. They are not men. They are not physical beings. No, they are spirits. So they manifest. So yes, they may manifest themselves through a man, through a woman, through a snake, but they themselves are spirits. And when they are operating through that vessel, then yeah, that's Satan. Yes, that's God. And this is why the word also tells us that we have all these powers. I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Verily I say unto you, if you have the faith of a mustard seed and you tell this mountain to move, it will move. I give you the power to tread on scorpions and serpents. And it says that because when it's talking about serpents, yeah, it's talking about literal serpents that we could tread on. But more importantly, it's talking about treacherous people, deceitful people, people who like to lie and deceive. And the reason why it says that is because in the beginning, remember, Satan took the form of a serpent. And what did he do? He lied and deceived Adam and Eve. So now that term, one of the definitions for it is someone who is deceitful, someone who lies. So he gives us the power to tread on Satan and evil spirits, because spirits have no power over us unless we give it to them. And the way we give it to them is to not abide by God's and commandments, like I said earlier, because these were created to protect us and the Father inside of us, because we have to understand who we are, the power we have, and what we're supposed to be doing. Be holy, for I am holy. Abide in your Father while he abides in you. Be one with him so that his will could be done. I hope all of you have a blessed day. Take it easy.